Oh yeah. Alright. We are in there live on YouTube. We are in there. Let's see. Facebook. Yep, we are live. Hopefully that glare might be a little issue, but it's all good. What's going on, Summitri? You put everything in the Neo. My man. Well, don't sell yet. What's up, Jamal? Yeah, make sure you hold that, man. Because I've heard some good news about Neo. If you haven't been around a long time, when the Bitcoin bull run starts, get out the way and then make your adjustments later. But your charts are meaningless with alts right now. Let's just go ahead and start there. Your charts are pretty meaningless right now. Bitcoin doesn't care. It's a big bull run right now. A lot of euphoria, people FOMOing. Even our title is kind of the title is kind of FOMO. I had to hit the Ric Flair once I seen it past 7,000. You got to hit the woo, because man, 2 days ago I just mentioned it was 6,300, and dog, it's 7K. Like that's crazy. Good morning. What's going on, Antonio? Yeah, alts are dying, but that's what alts do. They're mostly speculative coins. Some of them have utility, but you got to remember, Bitcoin has been around longer. People trust it more. So if there's a big bull run coming, you got a lot of people FOMOing, buying, near the top or at the top. For those of you who still have your long positions open, congrats to you. I know across a lot of platforms there was a big flash crash. Apparently somebody sold millions worth of profit, just like that. The price dropped like $200 or $300 once it hit 7,400. The good thing about that is that it wasn't more of the market doing it. It was just big whales who have a lot of money. They do what they do. But trust me, hey Rika, how you doing on Facebook? Trust me, with futures and options coming, this is only the beginning. And if you are one of those people who trade, we talk about trading a little bit on here. I do it full time. One thing I will say is don't get your head in the clouds, and don't get too low on alts, because at the end of the day, everything's in cycles. So of course I'm excited about Bitcoin, very, very excited, and it's lunchtime here, so I'm actually celebrating a little bit. Oh yeah, because celebrating that long position I had, because yeah, this has been a good day. But with alts, I will say, so cheers to that. With alts, don't sell. They're very unpredictable. Nah, not Henny. It's the good stuff. The Woodford Reserve. Yeah, the good bourbon whiskey where you can chill. But yeah. But yeah, if you buying alts right now, and in your opinion you think it's gonna go down forever, you shouldn't be in cryptocurrency, because it's very speculative, very unpredictable. And some of these coins won't be around next year. I looked at a old picture of CoinMarketCap, and they had coins on there that aren't even around. Pure Coin, Feather Coin, some of these, nobody even mentions it today. So yeah, don't give up, and always have the long-term view. But so the Bitcoin all-time high, like I said, hit 7,400. Some of what's pushing that, I know in Korea they're pushing a $300 premium for payments, and I think Zimbabwe is pushing almost a $4,000 premium for payments. So trust me, people are using it. People are buying into the market now. And if you haven't bought into the market yet, I will say that it's not too late. I've always stated that the two biggest time periods is anytime before 2018 and anytime before it hits 10K. So that may be the same time period. It may not be, but I told a lot of people right when it hit 5,000. This isn't the end. You got to realize that if these hedge funds are joining, if businesses are starting to use it, if the utility of Bitcoin is becoming important for people, then it's not going to go backwards. People aren't going to, go back to if you really think credit cards and checks will be here in 10 years, you haven't been paying attention to history, and you obviously haven't been paying attention to financial history, because when we have financial revolutions, they're always big. We've only had 4 or 5 in the world, where we went from barter all the way up to where we had shells and coins to paper currency, commodity currency, onto the fiat currency we have, and then yeah, like checks. Nobody's using that no more. But and then on up to today where we had like PayPal, and then of course Bitcoin. So this is the next big revolution, and you're just seeing it get started. So for some of my new people who joined on Facebook, thank you. For those on YouTube who are new, trust me, you're not the only ones who are rushing in right now. You do want to make sure if you're buying Bitcoin or if you're getting into it that you get a good entry point and have a strategy for how long. If you're buying it for a pump and dump or you think you can make easy profit, this isn't the game for you. It's never been about pump and dumps of profit. It's about decentralization versus centralization, changing the monetary system from one that's slow and outdated and bloated with third-party systems and too many fees to one that's efficient, international, stateless, and the ability to send back and forth instantly for low fees. So that's why you're seeing what you're seeing, and for my newer people. On to some news. Oh, before I go, the winner for yesterday's, or from the winner from my video was James Solent. I just sent that Bitcoin to you earlier. And Alpha Robbins tried to send yours. That address, the second address isn't working either. So we'll figure it out. It's all good. We'll make sure you get it to you. But in the news, if you've seen, Amazon, some people were kicking around the idea that Amazon will accept Bitcoin. They actually had a webinar last week. I tuned in with it, sat there for an hour, was bored out of my mind. But at the same time, they did register 3 domains, Amazon Ethereum, Amazon cryptocurrency, and Amazon crypto, I believe. But they already registered Amazon Bitcoin a while ago. Yeah, that webinar was super boring. Just, they were monotone, and every question, it was like run-on sentences. Like, oh, if you get the returns, what are you talking about, man? Like, all right, whatever. But yeah, they registered those 3 domains, which may be an indication into where it may be an indication into where they're headed. We already have purse.io, which is a service where you can buy Amazon products for 15% off if you use Bitcoin. If you've never heard of it, look into it. So we already have that, but them buying those domain names, one, I wish I would have thought of it and just bought them myself, so they would have had to pay me. But for 2, they are basically saying that we want to have these things in place just in case we decide to use this platform or decide to use Bitcoin as a payment system directly. Because even if they do come out and say we're using Bitcoin, I don't think it'll be much more than third-party processors, so to say. So we'll see. But yeah, that is semi-big news for some people because they've been pushing the whole Amazon narrative. Amazon's taking over grocery stores. I mean, Walmart was laughing at them when they were selling goods online, and now they basically run everything. So if they make that announcement, it'll be pretty big, or bigger than the Microsoft / Overstock news. So just be on the lookout for that. Also, some other news that I've seen is that in New Zealand, they are actually saying that all cryptocurrencies are securities now, which is hilarious because it used to not be real money. There's some people who I've literally told about it. They thought it was fake, and in the future they considered it real money after it made gains. It looks like that's what governments are doing. They kind of laughed at it. They didn't think it was a real thing. They didn't realize that transferring value at a much quicker pace at a cheaper rate would catch on with people, which is weird. I've always thought to myself, how can people who always claim to be broke not see the fact that there's a way to change your lifestyle based on this software? I mean, even though we have a banking system that's failed us all. So I've always been worried that people didn't see that. Sort of brainwashed, sort of outdated thinking. Some of it people just didn't hear of it. But in governments, these are the same type people. You got to remember, governments are made up of people. It's not some big bad machine out in La La Land somewhere. They're made up of people who have the same fears. They had the same thought process, and it looks like in New Zealand they're trying to use it like other countries to tax it, or to basically say we don't want to take the risk if you lose all your money. Good thing about cryptocurrency, like I've told people, is you have full control over your money. You control your private keys. You can use it. But if you lose your private key, if you lose your money, there is no FDIC or protection against it. And that's basically what governments are trying to tell people. I think they're getting to a point where they're trying to stop the whole, we're going to ban it. People are laughing at that now. You're not going to ban it. If you do, like I said the other day, Vietnam banned it. And then I read about 2 groups who are accepting Bitcoin for payment the very next day. People are starting to get to the point where they don't care what you have to say, especially with governments that are considered incompetent or not able to create any economic wealth for the people. People will take it upon themselves and do it, and that's what's happening. What's going on, Chase? So with New Zealand, you know, they're looking at basically saying virtual currency securities. However, I don't think it's, you know, bad per se, because they're kind of hands off. They just don't want the risk of backing up or insuring Bitcoin or different cryptocurrencies. So if you see that news with other countries, just think along that process that these are people, they're just getting used to it. And just think about Bitcoin in general. How did you hear about it? Through the news, through, you know, maybe a friend or something that's in a higher up place. Most regular people haven't, you know, talked about what's going on, Justin, haven't talked in groups at coffee shops about it. You don't see it a lot. I mean, I wear my t-shirt or my sweatshirt all the time, my different stuff, and conversation strike up, but you just don't hear about it that much. So now that it's coming out, don't be surprised. Governments are late. Like I said, bureaucracy is slow. What's going on? Mushaka, I don't know who that is, but bureaucracies are slow, so you got to realize that this is why you're just not hearing about it. This is why you're just not being introduced, if you didn't know me personally or see some of the people that I work with as well. So moving on though, Monaco. I believe King discussed Monaco about it maybe being a scam before. People were kind of on the fence. They had this news about a Visa card that they were introducing. Well, looks like it was true. However, they will only be using this Monaco cryptocurrency debit card in Singapore. So they'll be introducing it in Singapore, but they have plans to introduce it in other countries, of course. Yeah, I'll get you some of that Bitcoin gear, Justin. I'll get you the link to that. But so yeah, the people who were talking about Monaco earlier, it looks as though they may have a Visa-sponsored cryptocurrency card. We have to wait and see if it's going to work in Singapore to spread out. But I think this is indicative of a bigger trend that's starting. Like I said, here at Gentlemen of Crypto, we are here to bridge the gap between the community and cryptocurrency. So for those people who are, you know, scared by cryptocurrency, but they're used to debit cards, that is one way to bridge that gap. Some people are more hardcore and want to actually use the cryptocurrency, which is fine. You know, that's the good thing about this space. You do what you want. You have full freedom. But there's older people, less tech-savvy people, who really want the debit card to use. It can feel more secure if they could use that as payment. So big ups to Monaco. Also Metal, they're trying to achieve the same thing. If you are new and you're listening, these are altcoins. Yeah, that I'll give the link to where I got this hoodie too. I gotta look it up, but yeah, it was only like 20 bucks. But if you're new, altcoins is what I'm discussing. Monaco, Metal. There's other ones that are introducing payment credit cards. Currently, there's a service called BitPay. They offer a BitPay card for business. So if you own a business, or if you just open an LLC, 150, 200 bucks, and you have an LLC and you want to get paid through or use payments through that debit card, you can use that as well. So I mean, there's a lot of different you know, options out there for you. Just got to find the right one. And yeah, we'll find some Bitcoin gear. I'm trying to get some custom made stuff. I gotta you know, shout out to some people, but yeah, we'll definitely get that done. And news is pretty light today. Like I said, I got a big day coming out. I got to run, do some stuff. Few meetings today, so it'll be short and sweet. But I do want to make sure we get some free Bitcoin given out. Yeah, BitPay is kind of messing up now. Yeah, yeah, some people are kind of looking at it sideways. But to get the free Bitcoin today, Bitcoin's hit a new all-time high. I want to know, who do you think will put out the next amount of FUD or bad news to drive the price down? Because we all know it's coming. We all know, you know, there's somebody who's going to speak out and say don't use it or it's illegal. I want to know, who do you think it will be? In my personal opinion, I think it'll be an entire government or an entire country that says something, but I think Bitcoin will show its resiliency and not care. So who do you think will put out the next bit of bad news? We've seen Jamie Dimon. We've seen some of the guys in stock exchanges, some of these CEOs, you know, not really rock with Bitcoin, but it's all good. I've been around 4 years, seen a lot. So for those of you who are just getting into it, yeah, Credit Suisse, yeah, they're a bunch of dinosaurs. But those of you just getting into it, hold strong, especially for those people who watch the media and you believe everything they say. Don't. Obviously, they've been talking about it in a bad light sometimes for a while, but hey, numbers matter. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So just keep that with you, and make sure you put that in the comment on YouTube, and I'll send that free Bitcoin. Once again, you can follow us at KRBE Crypto, KRBECRYPTO on Facebook and Twitter, and our Instagram that's almost non-existent. We'll definitely get some pictures once I get back to LA. But yeah, and also I'll be in DC this weekend, so any people that live in DC or in the surrounding areas, I'll be out all around. What's up, Bitcoin hippie? Yeah, I'll be out in DC going to see my man Anari Singhbi. He created the first gaming cryptocurrency in the world, and Gamerholic, and we're linking up to do some stuff with a Bitcoin course. Hopefully talk to Howard. And yeah, London, New York, they all on the list. New York, I may actually be there for Thanksgiving. So yeah, a lot of traveling coming up. But I just want people to realize that we are out here. We're trying to see the people, make sure we get everything straight. And once again, that's all for me today. Hit me up or hit us up if you have any questions about anything. And I'll see you later.